Welcome back. I'm Tedward, and today, thanks to Bond Group in Waltham, Massachusetts, we're driving this gorgeous 1976 BMW 2002. It's a very special car, not just because it's 2002, but because it was owned and built by a dear friend who passed away, Papa, during the COVID pandemic. And this was his car. I used to see him driving out of the Bond Group lot all of the time. The nicest dude in the world. He was a great detailer, and he really took care of everyone around him. And it's a real honor and pleasure to be able to drive this car that I've always enjoyed looking at and hearing going by me when I'm filming in that parking lot. So rest in peace, Papa. Today, we're going to honor your incredible BMW. Now, the beauty of this car is that it's not some concourse quality thing. This is a proper driver. This is what I love about the 2002, is because this was sold to Papa as a project, and he took it upon himself to make it into this. It's his own taste. It's his own flair. And speaking of flares, check out the fenders on this thing. He went and put on these nice little wide fenders, and it's just clever because, you know, you can tell where the little cutouts were made for everything to just integrate. Up front, we've got this iconic little shark nose with the little skinny kidney grills, and with the little rally fog lights that are on here. Man, oh man, does this look aggressive. These bumpers look fantastic on the vehicle, and everything looks great in this baby blue, especially old school BMWs. E21s look phenomenal in this color. Around back, we've got this awesome little center exhaust. It does have a cutout in the center of the car, so we can make this thing really scream despite not having a lot of power. And these little license plate guys are actually very familiar to me because I think these are exactly the same as what I have on my Porsche 911 that fit into the roof bumper pretty darn well. Mine are just painted black. So those came off of a 2002 as far as I can tell. Now, to get in here, plenty of trunk space, and there's some chassis bracing back here with the battery. Very clever stuff. Lots of room, and, you know, pretty simple. You can start to tell why a lot of these didn't survive because, man, oh man, did they just rust out. Gluing us to the road on a 14-inch wheel is a 195 section tire with a 60 aspect ratio sidewall. This is going to absorb all the unpleasant bumps in the road and keep you from destroying this chassis. Inside, we've got a frameless door, beautiful sort of like leatherette style door cards, and an OMP racing seat. Papa had some taste and some flair, and the Momo wheel, which actually works really nicely. No power steering here, so you got to do a little bit of work, keep this thing moving. There are rear seats, much easier to get in on the passenger side, but let me show you under the hood. We flip this up, and that is going to allow us to reveal the inline 4-cylinder. I don't know how much power this is making, probably a little bit more than stock, but it is not a fast vehicle. But there's tons of room in here. He's got the Weber carbs. I'll let you guys take a look at this, some of the 2002 experts in the comments section, and see what's going on here. It's clever with the MSD ignition box and all that stuff, so we should be able to run it pretty darn well today, even though it's like 90 degrees. On this side, on the valve cover, we've got the firing order and the BMW logo with an exposed radiator fan. Do not get your fingers stuck in that. You're going to have a bad time. In the passenger seat, we've got the original seat over here, as far as I know. And then that, with a beautiful sound, makes way for passengers in the rear, because this could have been your little family hauler. Now, just like we even had in the E46 M3, yeah, baby, can pop these out, but no electronics there. You're not going to be able to do that with a push of a switch. But it's great that you've got this with all this big glass. Makes it easy to ventilate this cabin. It's a super hot day, and I'm pretty thankful for it. Up front, you've got lots of space on the dashboard to put some things, and then a pretty decent sized glove compartment. There's two switches in here that are very much not stock. One right here, this is for the fog lights that are up front. And two, this is for the exhaust dump. So you gotta press and hold this to turn the valve for that motor. It's a 5-speed manual gearbox. There's a few extra gauges down here just to keep an eye on oil pressure and temperature and the voltage. To start the 2002, we've got our nice little key here, a standard looking ignition here, and get our fuel pump going, add a tiny bit of throttle. Maybe a little more throttle than I thought. That's okay, jumps to life in a heartbeat. It's fantastic. And then down here we've got our floor mounted pedals, clutch, brake, and throttle. I told you that this had an exhaust dump. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. So that's the standard sound. This is the outrageous sound. So let's close it up for now. And then we'll go ahead, take it for a drive, and I'll open it up along the way and make some noise. Hopefully we do not get pulled over for that. Pulling away our handbrake, standard position for first, no dog leg or anything funny, and reverse is a detent over and up, just like BMWs of today. The shift action is so easy. This is one of the easiest cars to drive. What's funny though is the steering column is off to the right a little bit, so you know, you do feel like you're closer to the door than you should be. Brakes, phenomenal, work really well, and it's just such a light, nimble, happy little car. Please get out of the way. I'm in a tiny little Beamer. Let's open this exhaust dump. Suddenly, she's a little more furious. I'm gonna have to turn the gain down on this mic before we peak. It's gonna come down to here. All right, you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Definitely the loudest slow car I've ever driven. This is motoring. I really like this car. It's so tight. It's so fun. This to me is like the 356 Speedster of BMW. You know, like this is the old school fun stuff that's still drivable, still modern enough that you can jump in and use, but old enough that looks like a classic and drives like a classic, but drives well. Some classics do not drive well. This does. You'll be able to hunt down modern traffic. It may not get off the line quick, but boy oh boy is this fun in the twisties. What a thing. Oh, it even smells good. Got our little mirrors here. And traffic. Luckily, this is not air cooled, and it can handle a little bit of traffic, but we're getting off here in just a second, so we're not going to have to put it through those paces. If I were teaching somebody how to drive a stick shift, this is the car. It's light, so you don't feel like you've got the whole weight of the car like on your leg, and the clutch is just so tactile and easy, but it's not heavy. This is incredible. This is such a good little car. The car feels so tight. The suspension's perfect. It's a great mix for like driving around town and blasting around. You can go on a little canyon carving adventure in this thing and you wouldn't be beat up driving it out of the city, even though it's got these tiny little wheels, but the sidewall probably absorbs quite a bit. Matt Farah always talks about how wide cars are getting and how it's a pain because you can't play within your lane, right? Like you can't track out and into an apex, but in a car this narrow, I can hit that apex and then track out to the mayonnaise, right? You want to keep it between the mustard and the mayo, and in this car you can actually use the lane inside and out. This shifter is so good. It's so easy to operate. It's really positive. It looks like there's some play, but when you're actually in that shift motion, it engages so nicely, and the transmission's phenomenal. I don't know if this has ever been rebuilt or touched, but you know, I've got 80,000 miles on the odometer, so likely not. Synchros feel phenomenally capable. Everything, no crunch, just in and out, no problems. Getting into first gear's no issue in this car. The seating position is great, and there's actually so much room in this cabin. You look at the car from the outside, you think it's tiny. How are we gonna fit in it? No, it's huge in here. It's expansive. Like, you could be a really large person and fit in this thing. I'd imagine they built it for Germans, right? And some big, tall German dude needed headroom, so you've got it. Check, 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 check. So that's a little rip in this great 1976 BMW 2002, built, owned, and loved by our late friend Papa. Thanks to Bond Group for tossing me the keys to this car. I'm really proud to have been able to drive it. I've always lusted after it. It is as cool, if not cooler, than I thought it was. And it's hysterical to me to think of him opening up that exhaust and blasting around town, echoing the sounds of this thing off of every wall. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. I almost forgot one of my favorite things about this car is the manual sunroof. Yes! That brings me back to my dad's '89 Volvo wagon. I love it. There's not even a little button. You just release and off it goes.